Now, in Corona times, amidst all the politics, let's look for good news. And I have a great good news story for you today. An elusive, majestic black panther has been spotted in Karnataka's Nagarhole Tiger Reserve in Kabini. On your screen is the ghost of the forest being captured by renowned artist and photographer Shaaz Jung, who has spent the last 5 years, 12 hours a day tracking the black panther. The wildlife officials say the panther is probably 4 to 5 years old. Karnataka Forest Ministry officials say this is the only black panther in the forest. In India, these black cats are rarely spotted, and that's why they are called the ghosts of the forest. They're also found in other wildlife sanctuaries in Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, but these are pictures that have never been seen, or certainly not been seen, in a very long time. I'm joined today by Shaaz Jung, wildlife photographer, and you're making these photographs also for Nat Geo Wild. Thanks very much, Shaaz. Tell us, what led you to the black panther?
Thank you for having me here. It's been an absolutely incredible journey. I've been studying leopards for the past 10 years, but in 2015, I first encountered this melanistic leopard, and it gave me, I think, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to finally shed some light on the master of darkness, to finally document an animal that hadn't been studied this intimately before.
So did you, Shaaz, stumble upon the black panther, or did you consciously go out in Kabini and Nagarhole looking for the black panther?
No, actually, I was in Bangalore when it was first spotted, and it took a year for me to see him, because he hadn't established his territory yet. So I spent a year on safari trying to track him, and then in 2016, I first saw him.
What was the challenge of doing this? You've been doing this over 5 years, and then when I see a picture like that of the panther looking at you with those yellow eyes of his, or greenish yellow eyes, how difficult was it to track him on a daily basis over 5 years?
Yeah, from 2017 to 2020, we had a filming and research permit. And for the first time ever, we had to make a film on this melanistic leopard. So that required hours and hours every day, over these 3 years to track this animal. And, he really teaches you the art of patience, because 8 to 10 hours a day, every day, and I'd be extremely happy and lucky. The team would be jubilant if we basically saw him for maybe 12 seconds or 15 seconds a week.
But these are very elusive animals. I remember going to Africa and struggling to find a leopard, another very elusive cat. But here you seem to have had a lot of time tracking the panther. It's almost as if you seem to know where the panther was every day.
I wish my job would have been a lot easier if I did. But that's the beauty of the jungle. Every day it's like a puzzle. You have to go in there and try and put the pieces together. And if you do, then you see the cat, and more often than not you don't, because the panther, remember, you're going into his forest. If he doesn't want to be seen, there's absolutely no way you'll see him.
And is there just one panther, you believe, in the forest, or could there be more out there?
Well, in Nagarhole, there's only one which has been recorded so far, the male which we've been photographing. But as you mentioned earlier, in the neighboring forest, there have been sightings of other melanistic leopards.
I've got to ask you this. Have you given a name to the black panther? As I said, we have images of Bagheera. In a way, the moment I put this photograph on social media, everyone said Bagheera is back. Have you given a name to your black panther?
Yeah, for the National Geographic film, we named him Saya, which of course means shadow.
So he's called Saya, or shadow. That's a nice name. In conclusion, when is that film going to be out? Is that film out already, or when are we going to actually see it all on air?
It's actually streaming now on Disney, on Hotstar, and it's also available on the National Geographic channels.
Well, we look forward to that, and I hope people catch that film, because it is quite remarkable to see some of the photographs that you've taken. Finally, Shaaz, what next?
It's a very good question. I'm actually writing a couple of books now, which I'd love to publish by the end of the year, and I'm also hoping to make a new film.
Great. Well, we have a date that once the lockdown is out and is over, you and I are going into Kabini in search of Saya, and I look forward to joining you on a trip into the wilderness.
Absolutely. See you in the jungle.
See you in the jungle. Wonderful pictures that really, in a sense, bring out the essence of wildlife in this country. Thanks very much, Shaaz Jung, for joining us on the show. I must tell you that Shaaz's father almost played cricket for India, Saad bin Jung, a nephew of the great Tiger Pataudi. So you have an illustrious pedigree. You chose wildlife instead of cricket, and maybe you did the right choice. Thanks very much.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.